I am honored to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Crystal McClain. Crystal grew up in Milwaukee, and when it came time to enroll in college, she was already familiar with UW-Whitewater. The Alexander Hamilton High School graduate participated in Upward Bound on campus, an experience that supports high-achieving first-generation high school students and prepares them for college. On campus, she was involved in student organizations such as the Black Student Union and the Social Work Student Organization. She served as president of Delta Sigma Theta sorority and credits a number of faculty members, Roger Pulliam and Monica Kelsey Brown, with providing inspiration and guiding her personally and professionally. After graduating with a bachelor's degree in social work in 2003, Crystal earned a master's degree and served as a state-certified advanced practicing social worker. In 2010, she established Revive Youth and Family Services, where she remains the owner and chief executive officer. The organization focuses on people aging out of foster care, offering supportive housing with structured, treatment-focused programming. The Milwaukee Business Journal named Crystal to its 40 Under 40 list in 2018. And in 2019, she was honored with the UW-Whitewater Distinguished Alumni Award for Community and Regional Service. This spring, she will release her first ever book, The Invisible Backpack, a fictional story that chronicles the life of a 15-year-old boy named James Archer, who has relocated to a new foster home. Crystal believes that our foundational experiences, both good and bad, shape our views, and that her experiences on this campus are among those that led her to her life's work and what she's meant to do. We are so proud to welcome her back to UW-Whitewater today. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Crystal McClain.
Greetings, honorable guests, esteemed faculty, friends, family, and fellow alumni. Let me begin this speech with a huge congratulations to the class of 2024. You made it to this moment. Give yourselves a round of applause. For those of you in the room whom I have not had the pleasure of meeting, I am Crystal A. McClain, a business owner, a published author, and a UW-Whitewater alum. I'm overwhelmed with the gesture of being chosen by the university to speak today. I'm not going to lie, I was a little nervous, but very happy that I have a script. I felt a lot of pressure leading up to this moment, with the thought that I had to come up with something compelling and, of course, something that will keep everyone's attention. Nothing is worse than having a boring commencement speaker that, when all you really want to do is get to the real celebrations and get your degree. I kept asking myself and those around me, now why in the world would the university choose me? Then one of my sorority sisters stopped me and said, Crystal, why not? You are, in fact, what Dr. King calls Warhawk bold. And she wasn't lying. This moment will forever remind me of why it is important to dream big and dream hard, especially considering that I was a first-generation college student and now one of few women of color to be chosen to give a commencement speech here at UW-Whitewater. I never imagined, thank you. I never imagined when I was a freshman living in Benson Hall, trudging my way from Germland to McCutcheon, practicing for upcoming yard shows with my sorority sisters of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, or planning events with Black Student Union, that I would be standing here with you all today. So a huge thank you to the university for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my journey on a day as significant as this one. My hope is to motivate, empower, and inspire you, not only today, but days, months, and years ahead as you enter into the world with the pure intention to use what you've learned on this campus to make an impact on the world with your journey ahead. As alumni of this esteemed institution, we are bound by a shared sense of pride, purpose, and responsibility. Today, I want to speak to you about two essential pillars that have guided me in both my professional and personal life. One being mentorship, and two, owning what's in your invisible backpacks. Mentorship is the gift that keeps on giving. Despite my successes achieved, it would rather never have been possible if the words from this African proverb didn't ring true. It takes a village to raise a child. I was very fortunate during my time here to have a village that has followed and guided me to this day. Dr. Roger Pulliam, also known as Dr. P, was the Vice Chancellor of Academic Support and Pre-College Programs. Dr. P was a huge part of my village. Under Dr. Pulliam, I participated in UW-Whitewater's Upward Bound program as a high school student. Through this program, I got to spend my summers living on campus, and during those summer months, Dr. P would have us students get up early mornings to play tennis with former Chancellor Teffler, something not very interesting to a teenage girl whose biggest concern at that time was clothes and hair. I thought to myself, doesn't Dr. P know he's not going to find the next Serena Williams in this group of students? I knew he definitely wasn't going to find her in me. And if tennis wasn't strange enough, I also went on fishing trips and attended jazz concerts. I joke about it now, but these activities gave me the exposure, guidance, and permission to live out my fullest potential by challenging myself to step outside the box of what society expected of me. You see, this was Dr. P's way of giving back and mentoring us while fulfilling his life's purpose. I will forever be grateful for Dr. Roger Pulliam. Dr. Monica Kelsey Brown is a huge part of my village. She is currently the superintendent of the Brown Deer School District, but when I initially met her, she was the director of pre-college programs here at UW-Whitewater. I remember one summer I told Dr. Monica Kelsey I would prefer to stay in Milwaukee and work at McDonald's than attend pre-college programs that summer. The next morning, she was at my house, and unbeknownst to me, she had already spoken to my mother, my bags were packed, and I was headed to Whitewater for the remainder of the summer. I guess she and my mother didn't want me getting used to flipping cheeseburgers. I would also like to thank my mother. Even though my mother was not a college graduate, she had the discernment to know what individuals to allow into my village. My mother made sure I was involved and connected in the right places to foster my success. My mother would always say to me, if I know one thing, I know you're going to somebody's university. My grandfather, Jeffrey McClain, who instilled in me so many valuable lessons. He taught me the game of chess at a very young age. Through the game of chess, many life lessons were taught at my grandparents' dining room table. My grandfather lost his battle with cancer during my freshman year in college. However, during his battle, he was adamant about me attending and finishing my degree at UW-Whitewater because he knew I would have the support needed to finish. He saw the fruit of what this place could do. He experienced it firsthand through my Uncle Terrence McClain's journey when he was a student here at UW-Whitewater. My uncle laid the foundation for the relationships that I have this day. I've been sold into by so many individuals. My village believed in planting seeds and watering the next generation. I am the fruit of Dr. Roger Pulliam, Dr. Monica Kelsey Brown, Regina Carlisle Williams, Tillman Terry, Dr. Ogun Shola, Richard McGregory, Frida Briscoe, and many others on this campus who took the time to mentor and mold me into who I am today. So who am I? I'm a young girl from Milwaukee who had hopes and dreams, a young girl from 53206 to be exact. Yeah, clap. A young girl who believed in her village so much so that I thought if only I could create a space where young people could experience a village that supported and poured into them like mine did. So I created it. That's right, I created it. You're looking at the CEO of Revive Youth and Family Services, a multi-million-dollar social service agency serving at-risk children in Milwaukee. A published author, a child welfare advocate, and your commencement speaker for 2024. As alumni, these are the legacies that we come from, and I believe that we have a unique opportunity to serve as mentors to the next generation of leaders, innovators, and change makers. Our experiences, our successes, and yes, even our failures can serve as valuable lessons for those who are just beginning their journey. I know that what you're thinking, well, Crystal, I'm still trying to figure myself out. And there's nothing wrong with that. I recently heard the following, and I want to share this with you quickly. In your 20s, you're learning and growing. In your 30s, you're building, achieving, and earning. In your 40s, it is said that you are serving, becoming, and establishing your legacy. In your 50s, you are guiding and harvesting. In your 60s, it is said that that is your golden years. In your 70s, these are your wisdom years. And in your 80s, it's a time of generational celebration. So some things can and will happen quickly. Then there are things that will simply take time, like adjusting and assimilating into your new norms as you transition into your professions. During this transition, show yourself some grace. I promise you that all of us on this stage have gone through similar life cycles. By offering guidance, support, and encouragement, we have the power to shape the future in profound ways. I urge you, my fellow alumni, to embrace the role of mentorship with open hearts and open minds from where you are and what you are available to give at that phase in your life. Be a guiding light for those who seek direction, be a source of inspiration for those who dare to dream, and be a steadfast supporter for those who face challenges along the way. Our alma mater has given us so much: knowledge, friendship, memories, some of which you don't want your parents to know about. And it is our duty to mentor and give back in whatever way we can, whether it is through volunteerism, donating, or simply being an active and engaged member of your community. Every act of kindness and generosity makes a difference. As mentioned, I am the current president and CEO of Revive Youth and Family Services. I serve teens in foster care who reside in supportive living homes that my organization oversees. When these teens first arrive at a Revive home, they often arrive with garbage bags filled with their belongings, and if they're lucky, they have a suitcase. What most don't realize, though, is that there is another bag that they carry, a bag that we all carry, which led me to publish a book called The Invisible Backpack. As we get to know each other, we all unload our backpacks in one way or another. It's filled not with tangible items, but with experiences, emotions, and memories. Some of these are positive, like cherished moments and accomplishments, but others weigh heavy, burdening them with trauma, pain, and struggles. For some of you, your backpack may have had trauma from your academic achievements or non-achievements. It's hard to think past what's in front of you while you're surrounded by books in the Anderson Library. But know that your grades don't always reflect what your greatness or impact will be on the world. Some of you may have financial baggage in your backpacks. You had to work an extra job or two just to make it here today. Some of you struggled socially, carrying moments of rejection, while others of you fit in just a little too well, and you guys partied down at Pumpers when you should have been doing your homework. Now, I might be dating myself. I don't know if Pumpers still exists, but you get my drift. Whatever your story was, show yourself some grace. You made it. We're here. The items in your invisible backpack contain immense power. They hold the potential to shape our lives and the lives of those around us. How we choose to own and use what's in this book bag can define who we are and what impact we have on the world. Owning what's in our backpack means acknowledging our experiences, both good and bad, and recognizing how they have shaped us. It means accepting our vulnerabilities and imperfections and understanding that which makes us human. But owning is the first step. We must also learn to use what's in our backpacks for good, to understand and help others along their journey, and to use the items as a compass to navigate the world. Our struggles can become a source of strength, empathy, and understanding. They give us a unique perspective that allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, to offer support and encouragement when they need it most. Every person in this room is carrying their own invisible backpack filled with joys and sorrows. By sharing our stories, by opening up, being vulnerable, we create a space where others feel safe to do the same. We break down walls of isolation and we build bridges of empathy and compassion. We remember that what unites us is ultimately far more redeeming and compelling than what separates us. So let us not shy away from the contents in our invisible backpacks, whether it's a North Face bag or your new briefcase as you enter into the workforce. Now, in my case, I like to think of my invisible bag as a designer bag. A nice Louis Vuitton never hurt anyone. The truth of the matter is the invisible backpack never goes away. Just as you mature, so will the invisible bag. The contents will remain and you will become better equipped to use its contents to your benefit. Remember, when you are in the professional world, regularly take inventory of what's in your invisible bag. This will allow you to be more aware, to challenge your own thoughts and biases, and in doing this, you will help lead us all to a more equitable society while helping you to build your influence with integrity. So let us embrace our struggles, learn from them, and use them to empower and lift up others. For in doing so, we not only heal ourselves, but we also help to heal the world, one connection at a time. So if you take nothing away from me today, remember these key points. The sky's the limit when you have mentors who pour into you during the most important years of your life. So keep a good mentor. Nurture your network and take care of those around you. You'll need each other at different parts of your journey. Next, remember, you are the most influential when you are able to recognize and give power to what is in your own invisible backpacks. I've experienced the reality of what a strong village can do and the deep impact it can have on society. Carrying on with this concept will lead us to generational change. In closing, I encourage each and every graduate here today to do what you've been called to do. May you prosper in everything your hands touch. May you be kind. May you not be quick to judge. May you walk in confidence knowing that your steps have been ordered. May your dreams be so big you have no choice but to rely on faith. May your drive and dedication outshine your talent always. May your good works shine in everything you do. May your heart, mind, body, and soul carry you to create new milestones for your family legacy. May your story be used to give glory to God. May you have intentionality like Dr. Roger Pulliam and pave the way for those behind you. May your life be a legacy your children want to follow. May your days be cherished. May the way you make people feel be remembered. May you remember to never let your invisible bag pull you in the opposite direction, but instead empower you to greatness. You are chosen. You are loved. You are valued. You are Warhawk Bold. I am Crystal A. McClain, and I challenge you to take ownership of what brought you to this moment. I insist you all to stand tall, take your space, rise, and soar like proud Warhawks do. Welcome to the land where anything is possible. Congratulations, Warhawks, class of 2024. God bless.